Hi, it's Teresa, and thank you again for joining me for Conversations from my couch. And I am a leadership consultant and coach, and I help managers who are struggling to get their projects done use coaching to get their teams moving forward with some momentum, and in the process, reignite their passion for the industry. Because we can get beat down pretty bad. So let's get started. I'm here every Wednesday at 12:20 Eastern Time. So last week we talked about the 3 biggest mistakes that managers make, and today we're going to be talking about the 3 C's of coaching. So these are those soft skills that you don't necessarily learn in grad school, but that you really need. So let's talk about clarity, continuity, and collaboration. So clarity. So recent HR study show that 65% of teams report that their projects get stalled because they're not clear about what they're supposed to be doing. One way that you can actually help your team through these, every project, pieces of projects always frequently change. So one of the best ways that you can do is to approach your team and to ask them, so many changes have happened with the project. How has this changed your role? Ask this in a team setting. Don't be very pointed to say, are you clear about your role and do you know what you need to do? That's very direct, and it's also very off-putting. And if you remember last week, we talked about not criticizing, but coaching. Coaching is asking one of those great open-ended questions. So you need to acknowledge there have been changes in the project, and then you want to ask them to join you in thinking about what has changed, or at least to inform you on it. So again, there have been so many changes in this project. How has your role changed? That's a great coaching question when you're working on a project if your team is stalled because they may not be clear about what their roles are with the changes. So number 2, continuity. As in any relationship, you got to make sure that you are always in touch, right? We need to build that know, like, and trust factor with our teams, especially if you're a newer manager, you're just coming in. If you've been there before, you're taking on a new team, you've got to build that relationship again. So know, like, and trust. One of the things that many of my clients do, and it really helps, is to send out just a weekly motivational quote every week. I mean, you can download them anywhere on the internet, program them into your Outlook calendar, into your mail, and send them off. Or if you're running more than one team, let's say 5 or 10 teams, have your admin do it for you on behalf of you and show that, you're reaching out and you're being in touch, because it's personal. It's personal. One other thing that you can do with that is not just send out the quote, but if there's something going on with the team, if there's a kudos at the end of the week that you want to say, hey team, great work, just so that they know that you're paying attention. Recognition will get you far, much more further than reward when it comes to your team and building the know, like, and trust factor. HBR did a study on it. There's tons of reading material out there. If you want to do that, just Google HBR, recognition versus reward, and you can find more on that. And lastly, collaboration. We do not operate in vacuums, and we all know that. So we need to have those of us that have cross-functional teams. They really do need support. And one way for you to give your team that support is to reach out to other departments and help to remove barriers for them. What you can do to help you out so that you know what's going on is ask your team to either CC you or BCC you on an email when they're making an ask. So if you're a manager, whoever your leads are, or your supervisors, you can ask them just to CC you or BCC you, and to avoid looking like this is micromanaging, because I know that's probably what some of you are thinking, like, my team's going to rebel if I ask them, or I don't want to see this all the time. Put guidelines and parameters around there. Make sure that you're being clear. Again, going back to clarity, just BCC me in on the bigger issues. BCC me in on an ask that you may have if you're having a challenge. That way, because what you can do then is to tell them, so that you don't look like you're micromanaging, is to let them know that, hey, I sit on a lot of meetings where many different things are discussed. If I know what you need, I can bring it up in those forums. I know who to go find. I can make a connection for you. I can ask somebody who you should be talking to. So you're creating allies with your team members, and you're also creating allies within your organization, and you will become known as that leader who likes to collaborate. So today, the 3 C's of leadership coaching are clarity, continuity, and collaboration. I'm so happy to see you guys. I will see you guys next week. I will catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.